Right.
Neema. What's your name?
Dave.
Nice to meet you, Dave.
Nice to meet you, Neema. Right, so I'm recording from now on. I'm just going to get the levels right. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. What have you been thinking about today? What have you been considering and cogitating about?
Today I've been thinking about getting to my casting, also getting to my photo shoot, as well as winter's coming.
Those three together. Okay, so a casting and a photo shoot means that you're an actress and a model, or something different.
I wouldn't put myself in an actress category. I would say I'm an artist individually. Yeah.
So tell our listeners about the photo shoot you're going to. What's the setup? Do you know what you have to do when you go to the photo shoot? Is it like you know exactly what's going to happen, or is it an open book?
So I know exactly what's going to happen. I always get given a brief. The photo shoot, I'm actually going to be wrestling someone.
You're going to be wrestling someone?
Yeah.
That's unusual.
No, not really. Anything can be unusual for what I know, such as this. I know what I'm going to do for the photo shoot. It's with one of my friends called Lucy Javier, and it's a collaboration with a brand that does like raving. So we're just going to make like a short film. I think it's like a short video with pictures, but it should be fun. I think that starts at 5 o'clock.
Nice. And so you said you're an artist.
Yeah.
What kind of artist, Neema?
I just managed to breathe, survive, do fashion modeling. I like gardening. And just like being able to see tomorrow. That is being an artist.
That's keeping it simple.
Yeah.
That's keeping it very present.
Yeah, because that's what it should be more like, isn't that so? To be present.
I don't know. I mean, everyone. You're arching your eyebrow at me.
No.
Everyone has a different view of how they live the artistic life.
Yeah, I think being an artist is like tuning into yourself and finding what you like, what goes well for you, and moving forward. It's not. Sometimes you can sit down and project what you want and how you're going to do things, but also you have to be in an everyday moment of being tuned on what's around you and what's happening to be able to look up how you're doing something and how it's going to work out.
How much of, when you think about being an artist, how much of is it how you are within yourself, and how much of it is how other people see you and what you're projecting or trying to get across to other people?
I'm not trying to cross anything to other people. I think my main part is to just be, and by being, I am able to actually program myself. Because it's like when you speak to yourself and you write things down, you're already kind of like putting things out there. So through any step you take, it's always towards those things. And things do work out. It's just what type of conversations you have, who you see, things like that. I don't just sit down and I'm like, oh, something good will come. I make an effort. I make an effort with what I think I want to manifest.
It sounds also like you're quite a positive person. You say things will work out.
Yeah.
So you've got a confidence that life deals you the right cards at the right time?
100%. Yeah.
When did you think to yourself, I am an artist? Was there a point in your life where you're like, okay, now I understand what this identity is? I mean, obviously, it's never ending and you're probably evolving with it, but was there a time in your life when you started to think, that's actually my identity?
I think from the moment when you're taught what's right and what's wrong, like that made me realize I am an artist, because you have a choice.
Expand on that a little bit.
So when you have a choice, ideally you can create and be anything you could wish to, because you always have that choice to say no or to drive forward with it, or to create something that resembles how you feel, to create a meaning to what you're creating. And also share that with other people, and through that you get to really understand. I mean, everything's labeled, so the minute you realize that you do have a choice, you are capable of creating your own label.
Just in terms of the right and the wrong that you spoke about,
Yeah.
you said being an artist is you kind of work it out right from the get-go when you understand the difference between right and wrong.
Yeah.
That kind of happens in childhood, doesn't
Yeah.
it? I mean, we get given this framework as kids, and our parents give it to us as kids. Were you given a strong right and wrong framework by your parents? Did you have to work it out?
I did have to work a lot of things out for myself. The only thing that were mainly my life lessons were things that I feel like everything you ever need is always in front of you. There's always an idea or some ways to move forward. But I have always appreciated what was in front of me, and in the end I've also had been given time to figure things out for myself.
When you go to do your work, the fashion shoots, did you say you did acting also?
No, just like I do fashion. I mean, I would say I do everything. I mean, I walk around, I breathe, I eat. That's a lot of stuff. Everything's work.
Do you create physically things yourself? Do you draw? Do you paint? Do you make music?
I studied art, studied fashion as well. Also sports. I do make music sometimes. Sometimes I draw, just for therapeutic reasons.
What kind of drawing? So what is a relaxing drawing for you?
It can be anything really. It can be either scribbling because you can't think properly and creating patterns and having to
So almost
get
like
colours.
doodling, like
You can be doodling anything just because your brain is feeling fuzzy, but then that also takes the stress away, and you can always get different colors of pens and put things in colors. And then if you look at it months later, you can realize that there's a pattern. Like for instance, during COVID, I remember that I used to know how to knit things when I was younger, and I picked up knitting, and I was making really cool stuff. I didn't want to sell it, I wanted to try it out. A lot of people liked it. They said, oh, can I lend it or can I buy it? I said, no, I only made this for me.
so you're holding on to it. And have you still got it now?
Yeah, I do still have it. It's just more like I've always wanted to create something and perfection it up to my own standard. And that's my means. If I do create something, I like to see how it goes. And if I feel like it's worth exploring more, I want to perfection it before I want to give it out. I always want to understand the ins and outs of something before just releasing it out there.
And yet, when you go to the photo shoot today, somebody else is going to be making the editorial decisions, I'm assuming. So if you kind of like end the day going, oh, that was all right, but I'm not sure.
I mean, work is work. You get given a prize you agreed on. I mean, they give you a brief of what's going to happen, what you're going to wear, how your makeup's going to look, who's going to be the photographer, where the place is going to be, what time you start, what time you end.
So it's all quite well structured and set out.
So it's not like you just go there and then there's like loads of different things happening. Also, you still have that thing where you also are in charge. You don't have to do anything you don't feel comfortable doing. You also don't have to feel like you're rushed. You can always speak to somebody and say, hey, I'm not okay with this, can we try something different? So people are quite understanding, and I do always, most of the time, I do have clarity of what's going to happen on a shoot. There's always like full details, like whether it's payment, whether it's location, whether it's time, whether like what they're asking you to do. Also, you just know if something fits you, you agree to do it. It's not like something nothing's forced. It's just also everyone's trying to create a meaningful thing, but it's a collaboration with everyone. It's a whole team. It's not just a one-way system.
Is it also the case that when you go to a shoot, when you're modelling for a shoot, that you kind of separate yourself from the product of the shoot? Because it's not you, it's you're fitting into somebody else's creative process.
Not necessary. I believe as long as I'm a part of it, I am also, it is me. So I don't separate myself. I always set myself everywhere I go. And that's what makes a difference. I don't just go and just, like, I'm not a robot, so I'm not programmed to just do things how exactly people want me to do. As long as I'm there, how I do things is already making things different for them on my behalf. The fact that I'm even involved, I'm already involved. Like the fact that my name is on it, I'm already involved. So it's not, it's a collaboration, I'd say.
Do you remember how you started being a model? And
Yeah.
can you kind of like explain what difference it's made to your life?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I was working in a vintage shop. There's a thrift store in East London. It's called the Eastern Thrift Store.
Right.
It was in Whitechapel. And
Not far from where we are now, because we're now
Brick Lane.
Spitalfields Brick Lane. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was working, and somebody was like, "Oh, you look really great. You should be a model. Have you done modeling before?" I said no. But also, previously beforehand, I was reached out by a few teams. I got reached out by, I think somebody sought to me to be a Burberry model, and they gave me a card. But I didn't reach out because I was very skeptical about whether it's a real card or not. But also, I studied fashion. My friends always said, "Oh, you can be a model." I wasn't always so keen because I wasn't so sure how to go on about things. But when I was working at the shop, and somebody approached me. They worked at ASOS, I think, and they
ASOS, the clothes brand.
yeah, and then I think she had a boutique within the ASOS market, and she said, she gave me like what I would have to do, how much I'd get paid, and then after the shoot, after like a week later, we did a shoot, and then places like Alexandra McQueen who started messaging me for different things.
Alexander McQueen, like the famous Alexander McQueen.
Yeah, I mean, with modeling
Wow.
as well, like you get so many different things. The aim is, it's like, if you don't know so much about the world or which part of the industry you're going to try different things out to see what works well for you, and then you can categorize yourself. But I've always been a person that likes to explore, so whether it's editorial or runways or portraits or like short films, I like to try out just to see how good I am with things.
Do you reckon there's a limit to how far it can go, or do you reckon it's
Yeah.
endless?
I think it's endless because everyone's always exploring to see what works and what's the best and new ways to do things. So I think the opportunities are endless. Yeah. And it's just also a matter of time of you having understanding what you feel comfortable with and how far you want to be with things. Because I mean, it's like take risk and prosper. That's how I look at things.
Take risks and prosper.
Yeah.
You could always make a brand out of that.
I bet somebody has it out there. All of these things already exist. It's just like there's always different ways to do things, and most things come from having to explore things, explore your journey, like push yourself to a different boundary, apply a new discipline to yourself, and asking questions.
When someone like Alexander McQueen, a famous person, gets in contact with you and you're communicating with them directly, do you keep it cool? Is it just another person?
It is just another person.
Do you get starstruck?
No, I don't get starstruck. I think it's another person, and I just honor the amount of things they've managed to do and progress moving forward. But overall, yeah, I look at everyone as equal. But I do, like as an individual, I look at everyone equally. And then if I have to look at it work-wise, I'm always like honoring like how much I've done, how much I've inspired, and I ask questions because there's things to learn from everyone. And the aim is love. And if you don't take time to explore and love more, you're not really going to get much. Okay?
You must have You must have a certain inner confidence to have the viewpoint you have, working in the world that you do. That inner confidence, does it come from childhood? Does it come from life experience?
You know what,
Because
mate?
you don't seem like someone who's ever going to be pushed around or taken advantage of.
I mean, like, that's false. That's false because ideally, it's kind of like figuring out what's right for you. What do you know? What do you not know? I think even when it comes to being pushed around, like the society we live in itself, it is a pushover society. So that's definitely a no. I
As
mean,
in there's always a push.
there's always a
Whoever
push.
you are, there's always a push.
There's always a push regardless. But I would say like.
Like, what's the push in your life?
The push in my life is the struggles of actually feeling like you can't just stay and live and not do much. You have to figure something out. And it is exhausting because it's just like, unless you're like a Nepo baby that's got stolen money or like some well-built things that's stolen.
What's a Nepo baby?
A Nepo baby, you figure it out.
I'll have to Google it.
Yeah.
Hold on. It's I've seen it written somewhere. Is it something to do with having a rich family?
Yeah, and most of it actually is not. It's not things that come from purity. It's just cash made out of greed and numerous other things, and then they have all these crazy businesses. But I think the best thing to do is to just create a business, not just for you, but for everyone, to be able to benefit from.
So you're definitely you are not a Nepo baby.
I wish I was.
Tell us about your family and how you grew up and what your background is. So if you're not a Nepo baby, how would you describe your background?
I'm from Rwanda and Jordan. So I'm Central East and Middle East, but it's also bad to say that Middle East is like going to America and saying I'm going to the far west. I grew up with my nana, my dad's side of the family, my grandmother. She raised me. I thought she was my mom.
Wow.
And then I didn't know my mom, but I mainly was close to my grandmother. We have like farms of like sweet potatoes, mangoes, papayas. So like, I would wake up. We don't watch TVs or do any of those things.
This is not London.
No, absolutely not. So imagine me coming here. I was like, whoa, what's going on here? They have a bus stop that goes and it tells you where you got to stop off. Yeah, so it was really different. I met my mom at a late age, around like 11. She just took me. I was playing in the playground and somebody says, I'm your mom. I want to take you away, but you can't tell anyone. And then I get brought in here, didn't tell anyone what happened.
That's a lot of unusual things.
Yeah, but I guess it's also common. But then overall, like I ended up coming with my mom and didn't say bye to anyone that raised me and was there with me. But getting here was really difficult. My mom, I didn't have a good relationship with her, and I went to school without speaking English, which was a lot to adapt.
Was that here? Go to school here, right?
Yeah, I went to a school in Chessington.
Right.
It's called Chessington Community College.
Is that just outside London somewhere?
Is it in Surrey?
Yeah.
And then I went to a college in Kingston, that was in Surrey as well. But overall, life is not always easy. I guess like me having to create my own meanings to reality and so many change of circumstances. I've learned to figure things out for myself, create my own meanings to things, see what I want. Yeah, but it's not always the easiest. I don't think I've received that much guidance through neither of my parents like that. But I also guess they did the best they could, and I am so grateful for that. But there was a period of time where a lot of things were difficult. Even now I'm still figuring it out. But like I said, it's not about the parents. It's always good to have people that guide you and help you figure things out. But I guess me having that freedom of moving from one person to another and the other has taught me different things for myself. And through that, I've always been grateful with any opportunities I've been given, and that itself brings more opportunities.
Your granny who brought you up,
Yeah.
was your relationship with her, was that just I'm assuming it's a really solid foundation from which you could grow?
Yeah.
Was it a good relationship with
Yeah,
your
it was a fabulous relationship.
Are you still in contact with her?
No, she passed away,
Oh, I'm sorry
but
to
she
hear that.
passed at like a very like good age, like over 100 and something.
Oh my goodness.
And she
Oh my
was so like she was quite legendary. She taught me a lot of things, and I love the fact that the most thing she taught me is just like the basic ways of how to be a human being, but in the best ways possible. And I hold so much value, and I honor her. Yeah, and that means a lot to me. I feel like I've learned more from her than I've learned from anything in life I've experienced.
Were you able to go back later in life and see her and have her as part of your life too?
No.
When you said you had to leave without saying goodbye to her?
Yeah, no, I wasn't able to because I had no contact to the family that was left behind. So my mom, I've never seen my mom and dad together in the same room. No.
Oh wow, okay.
Never see them even conversate. So it's just like being like, whoever I was living with is the same, like that's just what I was experiencing. If I'm living with this person, this is what I'm experiencing. But there was never a connection where I felt like this is my family and I'm with my family.
Have you got a wider family of cousins or brothers and sisters or uncles and aunts? Is there
I've got like some cousins I met here of my mom's side of the family. She has a sister here. But other than that, I'm still figuring it out because it is really difficult when you're separated all the time and nothing links together to make sense of things.
Do you think it's one of those things where it's a burden, or do you just think it's life?
It is definitely a burden, but then also it is another form of life. Life isn't formed just one way of things, and everyone has different perspective of it. Some can look at that as like a negative thing. I mean, to a degree, it's good to have that support, a support behind you that tells you things and that reassures you and that guides you and that is there for you. But that's not always the case.
And I'm assuming that through a life which is unusual in the way you've described it,
Yeah.
your relationship with your friends, your peer group, your mates
Yeah.
at the different ages takes on more of a significance because they become more
your chosen
important.
family. I mean, like nothing becomes more important than others. I think it's more like wherever I am in that moment, I do look at it. It's just as important. It's just like different separation of things, and then mentally I create a connection to it and have conversation. But then also family is everywhere, really. You always have a chosen family no matter where you go. You have your immediate family and your chosen family, but realistically, family is everywhere. It's just like having to be open, having good conversations, and we all relate to each other. We all do the same things. We eat, sleep, shit,
The basics.
love music, just the basics, and we all are thriving pretty much for the same things. Longevity with ease and love and nurturing and stuff like that. But overall, there's nothing too special about anything. It's just like creating something for yourself that gives you a meaning to what life is for yourself individually.
Do you feel like you're a rock, you're an island, you can survive in any... I mean,
Yeah.
you have to be very self-contained, or are you someone who is very much always part of a community?
I think you're always a part of the community regardless, but I do think I can definitely survive anywhere and everywhere.
When you're really you have a great success in your life and you want to share it with people, who do you share it with? Is there that sense of
I share it with the whole wide world in general. It's for everyone to enjoy and appreciate, and it's for everyone really. But more importantly for me, I would also like to share it with the people that give me like life and that taught me the most things I value. Also to just reconnect and like spread the love.
the two cultures you come from, Rwanda,
Jordan.
well, three, Rwanda, Jordan, and the UK.
Yeah.
Do you feel you draw from all three when you're sort of putting yourself out there, when you're
Yeah, 100%. I think
understanding
those
the
things,
world?
Yeah, 100%. All those things are still a part of me, so it's something I can't dismiss. So whatever I do, wherever I go, those things are already in me, and I'm always willing to just say, yeah, let's go.
Would it, if we all came to a party of yours, would it be a London style party? Would it be an international style? Would there be a bit of Middle East in there, music, food?
I would say everything is like always welcome. Ideally, my whole essence is to just make sure everyone feels okay and comfortable and welcome. I don't like to divide things too much. That would be very terrible. So I think whatever I can do within that moment, everything is included. And if there's something missing and I'm able to do it, I'm always like, okay, let's get it done. Let's make everyone happy.
So you said in terms of dividing things, what did you mean in terms of?
There's no. I don't like to divide anything. I just like to just mush everything together and be like, right, this is what we have. This is what we're working with. Let's have it. Yeah, that is it for me.
And then just finally, you've been very generous with your time.
It's all right.
We're still ahead of your shoot time.
It's all right.
Just looking to the future, Neema, thinking about the future. Where's the future going for you? How far does it stretch?
My memories are from the future. So my memory is the future realistically, and I think the future's looking really bright. I want to make a really good difference. I want to work as smart as I can to build hospitals and schools in different places that are in need. I also just want to have a big garden, a big fuck off garden where I don't have to do nothing but feed the animals, and in case any of my friends are divorced, I'm just like, you know what, you have a mansion, you can always just come and stay. Let's stay. Like, I only want to do good things that also contribute to the world in a positive way. So, other than that, yeah, the only thing is to just do things that are beneficial later on, not just for you, but for everything around you. Also to have a form of relaxation and be at peace. Yeah.
Are you someone who finds it easy to be at peace?
No.
That's a very definite no.
Yeah. That is a definitely no. I don't find it easy to be at peace all the time because life throws so many hurdles, like every angle, and sometimes it feels quite confusing, and then sometimes it is hard to reach out and ask for help because we also know that everyone is facing the same like dialogues and stuff like that. So I do just think, you know what?
The hurdles that you're talking about, sorry to interrupt, but you said there's hurdles to get over. Are those hurdles that you put there? I mean, is it yourself that makes it hard?
I definitely think it is myself. Sometimes I don't allow myself enough to let go of some things based off my experiences or what's happening around me. But I do think it is good to learn to let go. Also to spread that to ask for help when you can, and also to give yourself time to process things emotionally. But life is really fast, and sometimes we don't take enough time to process our emotions and the things we're going through. And that itself just creates another depth inside you, and that can hold you back. So at times I just sit back and don't do much. It's not the easiest part, but I've realized that when things doesn't make sense, I should ask for help, or speak for friends, or just relax, take a moment for stillness.
And if you were going to answer the question, this I have learned from life.
Yeah.
This I'm taking forward, and this is like an important lesson that I want to share. What would it be?
To just be and be gentle to yourself, and just know like nothing's random, so everything is really valuable. So the best thing I can actually say, just be, and know that you're good and more than good enough. And explore more. Explore more. Don't let anything put any limitations to what your needs and your wants or how you should feel. Yeah. And just give more love. Give more love.